As we join you this hour, the city of Las Vegas still reeling from the horrific mass shooting last night on the Las Vegas Strip. This vigil still growing at this hour on Las Vegas Boulevard and Sahara. So many there doing anything they can help, donating blood, holding vigils, mourning loved ones. This is KRCR News Channel 7 at 11.
You're watching KRCR News Channel 7 at 11. Get the facts right.
At this hour, authorities still trying to piece together a motive. What could have driven a man to shoot at thousands on helpless concert goers with such reckless abandon? Thanks for being with us tonight. I'm Brent Weber.
And I'm Allison Woods. More than 500 injured and 59 people are dead. They were school teachers and youth football coaches, local business owners, and members of law enforcement. They traveled to Las Vegas to see their favorite stars, posting videos and photos to social media. At least 59 of them never made it home after a gunman opened fire from the 32nd floor of a Las Vegas hotel onto a crowd of more than 22,000 below at a country music festival. And new this hour, an updated number of firearms law enforcement have found in the hotel room and the home of the Las Vegas shooter. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says 23 firearms were found in the Mandalay Bay hotel room of Stephen Paddock and 19 firearms at his home in Mesquite, Nevada. Country music fans packed in, enjoying the Route 91 Harvest Festival. But high above them, on the 32nd floor of the glittering Mandalay Bay Resort, police say 64-year-old Stephen Paddock was watching. They say he hammered through the hotel's thick window and started firing down on the crowd below. Country star Jason Aldean was on stage, but automatic gunfire quickly drowning out his voice. The music stops and he runs off stage. Seconds later, the rapid fire shooting starts again. Terrified people pile on top of each other, but they were in an open field, easy targets for the gunman in the tower. The gunfire picks up for a third time. An examination of the video of the first 90 seconds of the massacre, nearly 200 rounds are heard, fired hundreds more within the following minutes. An army of police and SWAT descend on the hotel, approaching the gunman's room with an explosive. And right before they stormed the room, they sent a warning just in case they're walking into an ambush.
It is set on the suspect's door. I need everybody in that hallway to be aware of it and get back. We need to pop this and see if we get any type of response from this guy to see if he's in here or if he's actually moved out somewhere else. Breach, breach, breach.
After that explosion, officers move in. They find the suspect had killed himself, and they also find his massive arsenal, 23 firearms at the ready.
A Paradise woman was celebrating her birthday in Las Vegas when the shooting started. Lisa Taggart-Ewald went to Las Vegas with girlfriends. Her husband, Dwayne, told KRCR News Channel 7 that he received a phone call from her while she was returning to the Luxor Hotel after the concert, just as the shooting started. In fact, Dwayne learned about the shooting before it was reported on the news. Lisa and her friends made it back safely to their hotel. Lisa left this message on her Facebook page: "We are okay. Thank you, Jesus."
Well, thousands lining up to give blood at donation centers in Las Vegas, and almost 40,000 people have contributed money to an official GoFundMe page. The Clark County Commission chair from Las Vegas put up this GoFundMe page. Right now, more than $2.8 million has been raised, which is already nearing the projected goal of $3.5 million in 16 hours, saying funds will be used to provide relief and financial support to the victims and families of the shooting. Among those organizations giving large amounts, the NFL Foundation donated $50,000, and the Oakland Raiders, who will be relocating to Las Vegas in a couple of years, also donated $50,000.
Grief and the call to stand together across the board response from North State politicians. On the House floor today, U.S. 1st District Congressman Doug LaMalfa offered praise for those assisting during and after the shooting, giving thanks to SWAT personnel and others.
The emergency personnel, people helping each other get out of the way, help over a fence, whatever it took. And the people are impacted in the hospitals around Las Vegas right now, doing heroic efforts to try and keep up with the flow there. These are the things we should dwell on. Pray for those that are gone, that are injured, that are in life support right now. Console those that are around them.
Also from Washington, 3rd District Congressman John Garamendi expressing grief, adding, quote, "I'm a rancher and gun owner, and I value the Second Amendment, but there is no place for the sound of automatic weapons fire on our streets. I do not believe that massacres such as what happened last night should be the price we pay for our constitutional freedoms. I believe that Congress can and should take actions to make Americans safer, and this debate is long past due." State Senator Jim Nielsen out of Tehama, his statement in part reading, "This individual's behavior does not speak for America or what we stand for. It is a reminder of the greatness of our country and her people, that we stand together in unity when confronted with such evil acts."
And California's 2 U.S. senators also released statements. Kamala Harris saying, quote, "This kind of tragedy has become too routine in America. As a nation, we are weary. We cannot simply throw up our hands or continue to justify the presence of weapons of war whose primary purpose is to kill the largest number of human beings in the shortest amount of time possible. We must honestly acknowledge the epidemic of gun violence and work together now to curb it." While Senator Dianne Feinstein says, quote, "It should shock every American that one individual with easy access to weapons and ammunition can inflict such devastation. As we learn more in the days to come, we should all think deeply about the circumstances of this shooting and work together to prevent such tragedies from happening again."
This is a live look over Redding this hour from our Mercy Sky Cam. First Alert meteorologist gave him a raise. Rob Elvington tracking the latest conditions. Rob.
All right, thank you, Brent. The big concern over the next 24 hours continues to be those gusty north winds. And take a look at the current conditions right now here in the 11 o'clock hour. We've got sustained winds at 16 miles per hour, gusting to 25 miles per hour at the Redding Airport. Look at those relative humidity values at 21%. That is very low. Even in the afternoon hours, that's low, but very low here for the 11 o'clock hour. And we still have a red flag warning in place through 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. It's for those gusty north winds, but also the low relative humidity values. Even some single digits will be possible by the middle of the afternoon tomorrow. Wind advisory also in place, and it's for gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And those winds will be gusty for that morning commute. So 2 hands on the steering wheel as you head out the door, and you may even need to take care of loose objects on your property. Threat tracker over the next 3 days, red flag warning and wind advisory for tomorrow. Sunny with lighter winds as we head into your Wednesday and Thursday. We're also tracking a warming trend. We'll even see the return of 90s by the end of this work weekend into this weekend. Hourly forecast for Redding, temperatures in the 50s, but it'll feel cooler tomorrow morning because of those winds, and then up to around 80 by 4 o'clock. Back to you.
Thanks, Rob. Don't be fooled. The north wind is blowing, leaving firefighters concerned.
They say October can be the deadliest when it comes to wildfires. Coming up, Redding Fire Chief Jerry Gray explains why even though it feels cooler, fire danger is still very real.
And a shooting in Chico last night leaves 1 man dead. We spoke with a neighbor who was at home at the time. We'll have that story and more coming up tonight on KRCR News Channel 7 at 11.